And I can afford it.
Well, it seemed like everybody was safe, so.
All right.
Well done with
Shall we call to order?
Yeah.
All right. Would you like to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Lisa, could you please read the sunshine statement? I almost said soon.
No, that's okay. I would answer to either. And just to make note for the record, today is January 27th, 2026 at 7:30 p.m. And this is the budget workshop meeting. Sunshine statement, please be advised that proper notice of this meeting has been given in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Roll call, Dave Diamond.
Here.
Mr. DeCroce is absent. Ms. Mazitis.
Here.
Mr. Southwick.
Here.
And Mr. Woods.
Here. I'll now open the meeting up to public comment. Mr. Lyon? All right, seeing nobody, I will close the meeting for public comment and open up to items for discussion and possible official action. All right, start the budget review.
Okay, so I just gave you a very large printout. This is an internal draft copy just of what we've been working on. So it's just marked as a draft copy. So starting at the top, item A are due dates. So this year is not a state review year, so we will be able to adopt a resolution for self-review. Our budget intro, instead of February 10th, it's been changed to March 31st, or our next scheduled meeting, which would be April 1st. Approval, which is generally on March 20th, has been changed to April 30th, or our next scheduled meeting, which is going to be May 6th. We have adopted the resolution to read budget by title only, and we have introduced at the January 6th meeting the ordinance for the budget cap, and it will be formally adopted after the second reading next week on Tuesday, the 3rd of February. So item B, pension. Our pension costs have increased to $102,000. It's an 11.37% increase, which is a total of $10,416. Stop me at any time if you have any questions. Pension, due dates, pension. So item C, the health and dental insurance cost, the state health benefits has increased significantly. As we've been notified of that throughout last year, we've been letting you know of the updates. It has gone up to 35.3%, which is an increase of $70,000 this year. And item D, the increased retiree benefits follows right along with that. It's increased 34.3%, which is a $4.2 thousand increase. And we're not expecting any upcoming changes with that. We do allow a little bit of a buffer in the budget in case there's any changes in our staffing. That way we have a little bit of extra room. Item E, benefit waiver savings. 2026 is the 7th year that we're going to offer the health benefit waiver program to reduce the costs. So as of this year, 2026, we have one employee that's anticipated to stay in the program. So that will be $43,552. So total year to date from 2020 to 2026, we have an anticipated savings of $255,037 from that program. Item F, the cost of living adjustment. Our COLA this year is scheduled at 4%, which is the same as last year, which is right above what the Social Security increase for 2026. It's 2.8%. And the CPI is 3.3%. So it's right in line with that. And with the total cost of the 4% COLA, we're at a 0% increase for that budget. So we're actually breaking even on that because we had some readjusting last year in our staffing. So we won't need any extra funds for to offset that. Uh, Item G, staffing and shared service. So this one I have grayed out on your printout. It was prepared, and then we just found out last week we received notification that our tax assessor is going to be retiring as of July 1st of this year. So he holds his position here and 4 shared services with Tabernacle, Burlington, North Hanover, and Pemberton. I've been speaking with Doug since last week, so we're going to go about the process to notify those towns, and we will be reviewing as a formal review as to what to do with that position and what to look for going forward.
Do you have any leads on that?
So it would be, I think it would be a good idea to pursue a shared service because it is, we would not have to be responsible for pension, health benefits, a full-time salary. That position is not a full-time position. So Jay's schedule here currently is Tuesday nights from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if we do like we do for our other positions, like we do with our UCC positions and like we do with our tax collector, I think there could be a significant savings in that line. It's such new information, so I didn't have too much to go off of, but we can look into our options and I was hoping to put something together next week to go over.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm not sure if Mayor Mike knows yet.
Okay,
I think it was upcoming, but it's official now. So that's going to be changing because we had all the shared service contracts coming in for that. So pretty much we would cut this in half if he's planning to work all of those contracts through the rest of the year. So we can circle back to that once we have direction.
so we are covered until July, it seems like.
Yes, he'll be working until July 1st.
So we have a good runway.
Yeah, yes. He was able to give us a lot of notice.
Nice.
So our next would be the tax collector from USHAM. We're in a 4-year term contract till 2028. So that's expected at 25,000 plus the cost of living adjustment. Municipal court services, we're still in a 4-year term with Medford Lakes. That's 24,000. So our total for those two is 49,000. Burlington County JIF, the committee approved the dividend of $4,906 to apply against the 2026 assessment. So that's $1,942, a 1.74% increase. So that's really low. So we'll only need about $5,000 in the budget for that. There's no change for 2026 for the Indian Mills Volunteer Fire Company.
Now, I know we increased the budget last year, so that keeps the increase stable? That's
Yes.
that 15,000 that we put in, or?
Did you have anything else you'd like to add?
That's correct. There's no additional capital requests for the year, which you kicked in the 50 for the truck, right? So we're not asking for any capital, but we're asking to keep the operational
Okay,
quarterly payment the same
okay,
to keep up with our expenses.
gotcha. Thank you.
And the next item, also a to be determined, the Tabernacle Rescue Squad increased costs. You'll see last year we paid the total bills for the excuse me. So the additional funding for the balance billing that we pay was $20,285. So we also put in for the LoSAP program for any volunteers who live in Shamong who run with TRS. So this year we have been notified by Mr. Vina over at the Tabernacle Rescue Squad. They are requesting additional funds, but that's a conversation that we're still going to have. So I'm just waiting for some guidance, and if the subcommittee is created to have more conversations to direct us with what we would expect to need in the budget for that.
Yeah, I'd like to put that together soon because I imagine they're probably burning through their reserve pretty quickly. Because I don't know if Tabernacle made a decision yet either.
That I'm
So
not
they're
sure
just
of.
doing their entire capital budget, I would assume, for now, with the increased membership. But I think we definitely need to all get together and decide, which way we want to go on this thing.
Yes, so
As quickly as possible.
yeah, so I believe Mayor Mike just wanted some time to regroup after reorg.
Okay.
So I had anticipated to just put it on the February 3rd unless I'm told otherwise. So
All right. Yep.
shoot for February 3rd for that one. Low SAP. So low SAP increase, it goes off of the CPI, so that's 3.3%. I have sent off to each entity the reports that they need to fill out with what the volunteers did and what tier they fall in. So we know exactly what the total is, but our estimated cost won't exceed 42,000 for that. Last year it was 34,770. There's one item I threw in here that wasn't on the agenda. It's street sweeping. It's a project that we're working on due to our stormwater management tier that we're in for our stormwater permit. We are required to start street sweeping tri-annually, so every 4 months, 3 times a year, to be in compliance with the DEP. I wouldn't imagine that it would be feasible to buy a truck and run a truck 3 times a year in our small town. So I've been working with the engineer, Joe Hirsch, and he's been giving me direction on some ideas on what to do. But every town in this area is all in the same boat where it's all new territory to try to figure out what we're doing. So I've reached out to any local town geographically, not just in Burlington County, but in this area. And I've gotten some feedback on that, but it was right before the storm. It was in the last week or two. So I'm going to circle back to that in February. I've also sent out a notification to the clerks, all the clerks in Burlington County, to see if anybody would be interested. I've also reached out to the county. I did not get the quote yet, but they would only quote us overtime only hours. So that's probably going to be from what other towns have said,
Yeah.
it's going to be a significant bill if we go with them. So I'll put everything together and it'll be in a future meeting.
What are we once a year now with the county? Is that
No, we
Oh,
haven't started.
no, I mean like have as far as street sweeping, it's only county roads that get
So,
in
there's,
the past leading up to here, because I know the county has right, they have a street sweeper.
Yeah.
Do they come through our county roads, right?
Yeah,
that I'm
Shamong
not,
Mills Road,
that-
it's just a county road.
yeah, I'm not sure about. I'm sorry. I can find out.
And this is to do all township roads.
This is to
Every-
do, there are certain roads, there's a map actually
Okay.
that our engineer came up with. It has to do with the stormwater management plan and the drainage and the roads that actually have the drains and there's a whole formula that he set up. So we have a map that I've been sending out to all the towns. So I'm just waiting on some feedback, but it's kind of like no one knows where to start as far as creating the shared service contracts. So new for everybody. So it would also be recommended from the engineer to have a backup in case our number 1 shared service, in case their equipment's out, that we would have a backup plan also.
Gotcha.
So that way we stay in compliance.
And how many times a year do we have to do it? 4?
Biannual, so it's every 3
Three.
months, so it'd be 3. The other thing that also I need to reach out to some of our grants that we get. I want to see if there's any funding from our current grants that we can put towards that cost. So,
And how many miles of street is it?
sure.
Because I know some private companies like Wawa has a contract to do their parking lot, so I wonder if there's private entities, if it's not a big enough if it's not a gigantic task.
Yeah, I have received I think at least 2 towns that have told me that they use private, and I
Yeah.
have their information, so that'll all be part of the bigger
Well,
reach out, but
Have a company I work with that did my parking lot.
Yeah.
I'll send these.
my neighbor actually does it. Talk to him if you want. He's got every now and
It's
then
expensive.
he parks it in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, he's funny. He'll come knock on my door and say, "I'm sorry, I gotta park the street sweeper in my driveway for the night." I go, "It's your driveway, man. I don't care. Do what you want."
No, there are certain towns where you can.
No, I know. He's just being nice,
Yeah. And
but he rarely does it.
A block party just to speak up after.
Yeah, we should do. Yeah,
yeah, I'll go out and buy a couple brooms. Come on now.
yeah. Can the Boy Scouts do it?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Chris Christian
Yeah.
suggested to get mops or whatever for Super Storm Sandy or whatever.
Yeah, the dump.
Yeah.
I'll just get a couple brooms, but here you go.
So our street sweeping map. So this is what it would look like. So I will, at one of the future meetings, I'll have more
Yeah, no
information.
worries, no worries.
It was hit where we needed to start.
Okay. I was
And
just
no,
curious how many miles, I guess it goes by the mile or by the, they get billed by the,
They get billed by time.
yeah, so I think everyone's trying to create a formula to figure out what to make the standard with that. So I will find that out.
Those things just push the dirt around, they don't want to do it.
yeah.
DEP strikes again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome to New Jersey. I'll take that.
So back to M, debt service payments. We have the 2016 Ban Road Program. This is going to be our last payment this year for $90,000. The 2020 cemetery, we finished our other cemetery last year, so it was scheduled to make a double payment this year to catch up on a delayed payment from this one. But that's scheduled to end in 2027. We have the 2007 Green Acres. That's also ending in 2027. The fire truck, or I'm sorry, the 2023 road program, that's 90,000. And the 2025 fire truck, which the first payment will be due this year. That's around $67,738. We also will probably have an increase from that for the projected interest on the notes. The CFO is going to get the final totals on that, but it's off of when the truck's received, which I am being told. That it is estimated end of March delivery. Is that still?
Yes, that's what we've been told. We haven't
Okay.
Seen that happen yet, but.
You going out to what, Minnesota, Wisconsin?
On-site inspection sometime in February,
Fish.
in February.
It's like -20 right
They
now.
send us weekly project updates, pictures of it, and we actually posted on Facebook the progress report on it, so everybody can see. So it's in build, it's actually been read already, and it's in progress.
I'm going to Minnesota in August, a better time, to go. Staying like, I got family out there. The cemetery last year, we just can you just explain last year what the debt service payment was? I mean, why it's a double payment in 26?
Yes.
And then this is the last year of our bond for that, our debt service payment.
So
27. Yeah.
So the 2018. Yes, so the 2018 cemetery was paid. Oh, I'm sorry, that's ordinance. So the 2020 cemetery started in the first payment was scheduled in 2018, but I see that it was delayed and we didn't actually make a first payment until 2019. So we were scheduling a double payment to catch up because the other cemetery we had just paid off last year. So it was to catch up so we get finished with it a year early.
Okay, so this is the last year of the debt service for the cemetery?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. So we have double payment, and that will lead us to one final payment in 2027 for the 23,750. And then we'll be all done.
Okay.
And Public Works, so they are in need of 2 zero-turn lawnmowers. They've been getting some quotes for us, and I've been working on getting some quotes from the state contracts. They actually, one of the companies, Central Jersey, matched the state contract and then gave them a discount on top of that for the package that they were looking at. They made some adjustments to the options on it. So they're able to come in a little lower than what was anticipated. We were planning on spending 30,000, but I think we are going to spend less than 21,000 on it. So that can be adjusted. So we're going to work on that and have that on a future meeting for approval. The second item, they have a dump body that's rusting out. This was an item that was on last year, but it had gotten put off. And it's in really bad shape. So they were looking to have that, just a new dump body put on it to prolong the life of the vehicle. So that's estimated, around 20,000.
I gotta say that it is just amazes me every year, the road work after the storm.
Oh,
It is really nuts. I had to do a lot of driving through Medford today, and yeah, it was a lot of one lane on different 50-mile-an-hour roads, and every back road in Shamong seems spotless. So it's pretty nice.
Yeah, well, we'll see what this weekend brings. So did anybody have any questions about any of the budget on that page? Okay, so we can move into the revenue. So as Sue had said last year, you had the conversation last year with Sue to anticipate having a 4 cent increase to the local purpose tax, where it would have been the 2 cents that sunsetted from the open space. That was gonna just remain the same and be moved, reallocated to the local purpose tax, and then take an additional 2 cents. Now with the conversations that we seem to be having for emergency services, I believe we might be in a position to do a 3 cent increase for the local purpose tax on top of the 2 cents that we already were planning from the open space fund. So we just wanted your feedback on that. I gave a second, the second page, the smaller page. This is just how it would affect the estimated tax in Shamong. The preliminary tax numbers came out for Shamong. So the tax assessor helped with getting this set up. So what we would be looking at is $31 on the penny for the average assessed home.
So in terms of dollars and a dollar increase, it looks like about 150 is what you're looking. What this plan would bring us?
I'm sorry, what was that?
The actual dollar amount on an average assessed home looks like
Oh, what's that?
it's about one is
3+2.
I think it's at 155.
okay. Now what is the dollar amount that raising it 5 cents gets us? What hole are we looking at that we need to raise 5 cents?
I mean, what is it gonna go towards?
No, I know what it's supposed to go towards, but how much more does that get us in our budget? So we know whether to judge if it should be 5 cents, 4 cents, 3 cents.
Oh,
Yeah, what's the
understood.
number?
I'm sorry.
What's the actual number right now? And then with
Oh.
sunsetted, I mean, it's hard to
Yeah, how much money are we looking to raise pretty much?
Okay, understood. I apologize. So the auditor hasn't come out yet to do his, he does a chart every year with what the budget was left over, and then, it spans out with what the local purpose tax would anticipate. So I think I'm waiting for that in order to have a full picture for the revenue.
Do we know what the number was last year?
Um, no, I'm sorry. I didn't see that it was provided.
We had that number, then we can just adjust it up accordingly.
Yeah, we should get the tax money raised by taxes last year, see what our hole is for this year and make sure that 5 cents is justified, or if we could get away with something less, 4 cents. I know that we need the money for the fire truck and for whatever we're doing.
Yeah, and
Rescue
also,
squad.
yeah, and it's hard not knowing what we're looking to pay towards the rescue squad. Um,
126.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't see that that was in the budget review last year, so I just was just keeping it the same.
Okay. Yeah. No, I mean, we'll have more talks about this as it
Yeah.
goes on.
Yeah,
Want to make sure that, if taxes do need to be raised, there's just
yeah,
clear justification for it and people know what amount of money is going to be raised through that because, um, you know, I know the schools are perfectly fine with doing much more than 150, but
Yeah.
150 is it's tough to swallow. And I know last year we were talking more of a $75 hit, which seems a lot more palatable. Not that we want anybody to get a raise, but with the understanding that emergency services are really, driving this. There's a
Yeah.
big issue with rescue squads. People came out and spoke. They want to see, a more detailed plan, but that's going to cost money, and it's going to come with a raise, one way or another. I just, would love to get that 155 a household number down before the budget cycle's over.
okay. Yeah, I would anticipate hearing from usually the auditors are here by now, but I know that every year it gets busier and busier for them, so I have not heard. But I would expect that they would be in before the March meeting. I wouldn't expect them
Okay.
to be here so I can have more information. We can circle back on that probably
Okay.
at the March 3rd.
And we
if
have
that's okay.
the 2026 road program, debt service coming off. So, we can factor that into future years and use a little more surplus maybe this year, knowing that that's coming back on the books.
That
Something like that, get a little creative.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's also something that I am waiting for the auditor on is verifying what the surplus is carrying.
Yeah.
I believe last year it was carried over at 1.3 million, so I just want to verify before I had put anything out.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Also as a reminder, the Clean Community Grant and the Recycling Tonnage Grant, those are added later to the budget, so they're not included in that. And then Did you have any idea on any other state funding that we're not expecting or would be a surprise this year?
I couldn't tell you, first year with a new governor, right? You never know what's
Mhm.
gonna happen, but I think the budget's gonna be pretty tight. The state, all that federal money's ran dry and when governors get 8-year terms, they tend to leave big holes because they want to just end with a bang. So I would prepare for the worst when it comes to the state budget. Yes, there's definitely some big holes,
Yeah.
and the economy's not, getting any better, it seems like. So I don't think we're getting any gifts, is what I'm saying. I don't know. Can't speak for anybody in the governor's office, but I'd be surprised if they increase the open space trust fund or anything like that.
Is there anything that you need me to prepare aside from what we talked about for the next meeting? Or any other questions that?
Just those top line numbers would be great to get a hold of, and kind of the big things of what's changing to spur the need for new revenue.
Mhm.
Like how much the expenses are going to go up, say, if we spend $100,000 on rescue services, with the fire truck, and so we know the needed revenue increase.
Mhm.
Not saying that's what we're spending on.
Yeah.
Rescue service is just a number that's been tossed out, but obviously we have to do our committee, put our committee together for that. Anyone else have any budget questions or thoughts?
It'd be nice to know what's left in escrow, like funds like that we're carrying over.
Or
Like any amount of funds that are like that we're carrying over, like are there any funds that are or unused funds?
do you mean from like
From
unused
anywhere.
from the budget or just anywhere?
Yeah, if there's anything floating around, anything that's unused, that's in somewhere that.
Yeah,
could
I
be-
will make sure I talk to the CFO and the auditor and get a full report
Okay.
for the next meeting. There was just a few lower items, if you wanted to have that discussion also, so I know which direction you were looking to go in. Just some lower item budget requests. We had pause cause. We had Neil give a presentation last year. He was looking for to be added to the 2026 budget. He was asking for $800 quarterly.
Has funding a nonprofit ever been something that this town has done?
So we also have another request that has been done in the past. It is the Pinelands Young at Heart Club. Miss Janet Bowers had put in a request. She was hoping to get some funding. She had previously, she wasn't on last year's budgets, but they did receive funding before. And they're a nonprofit. Catholic Charities has put in asking for a total of $840 into the 2026 budget. So
Is that something we've ever?
yes. So Sue's put in the Catholic Charities before, and Yeah, I'm sorry. I'd have to grab the number, but if you wanted me to get more information, I can pull them up on the next meeting for additional information and background. Did you want me to move forward and get the information for these?
If you could circulate just any type of, did they put together like a grant letter?
So they put together, they just sent, this was Sue previously received it, and she just would add in, an amount. They put in what they actually spend and then she gave them a certain amount. I think 2022 or 2023 was the last time that they had received one. And it wasn't exactly what they were asking for, but she had just give them allocated something towards it.
And what group is that?
This is the Pinelands Young at Heart.
Yeah, maybe if we could just, like in an email, get a packet of those requests
Okay.
and what they involve.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I don't really know. Any other thoughts on the budget review?
The truck, is the body working? It's just rusty from the salt? Is that what that's what the problem is?
The public works supervisor said it's like see-through, like the metal is so corroded that it's.
Yeah, I know the salt does a number on it.
Yeah, yes. So it's just very old.
Maybe I'll come during the day and take a look at it.
Yeah. So that,
Eyes on it.
yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, let me know. I can either give you Steve's phone number
I'll just
out in
come in.
Public Works, or they just have they leave at 3 o'clock during the
Okay.
week because they're on their early shift hours.
I mean, if we put it off last year and then see.
Yeah, and I did check this particular because there was a schedule of some of the items that we're looking to use capital funds for. So there's a schedule out very far with some items on there. And I made sure that this truck wasn't anticipated to be replaced anytime soon. So the repair would be preferred by Public Works. But it had gotten put off last year because they had purchased the new truck. So this one just got put on the back burner. So this was the priority that was given to me by the Public
Okay.
Works supervisor.
That's it for me.
We'll move on to resolutions. Resolution 2026 R-30, authorizing Citizens Bank signatures.
So there's no changes with this. It's just our regular bank accounts, and the positions are already put on as resolutions in the reorg. This is just establishing the names after the mayor and deputy mayor have been appointed, so we can send this list over to the bank.
Thank you. And can I get a motion for the resolution?
I'll make a motion for
I'll say that.
R30.
Thank you.
Ms. Mazitas?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Resolution 2026 R-31, a resolution authorizing payment from the accumulated absence fund.
So this is a scheduled payment. It's part of our employee manual, but due to the that it's coming out of the accumulated absences funds, it's required as a statute for the CFO to do a certification of the funds to guarantee that she's verified all the information before the payment's made. So it's off of the schedule, and all of the amounts have been checked where the vacation hours carried over were capped at the limit. The sick hours, she had earned more sick hours than can be paid out for, so those were capped out. And then the comp time also was at what the manual states for the capped. So the total payout out of the accumulated absences would be $746.80. And that's going to go through costs of payroll. So that will be subject to all the regular taxes.
Thank you. Can we get a motion for that?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Diamond?
Yes.
Ms. Mazitis?
Yes.
Mr. Woods?
Yes.
Mr. Southwick?
Yes.
That's our last resolution. We have no ordinances today, so I will open the meeting back up for public comment. If anybody would like to speak.
Yes,
All right, seeing none, I will close the meeting for public comment and ask for, well, does anybody else have anything they want to discuss, or if not, I'll close the meeting for adjournment with a motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
This coming back to you.
So